Hello everyone, this is Everyday Living with John, and welcome to another video. I hope you've been doing well, and hope you had a great Easter. I know that's past, but hope all is going well for you guys, and that you're blessed, and that you're healthy, whole, and sound, and everyone you love. So what I'm thinking about today in this short video is why didn't, and I know I'm not the only one that has had this question. Why didn't God stop Adam and Eve? He obviously could have stopped them. He's God. But why didn't God stop Adam and Eve from sinning and bringing sin into the world? So I'm going to broach that topic. And it's going to be a short video, just a thought piece. And I'm wondering what other people are going to think about this as well. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. This channel is all about thought-provoking topics like this, things that's going to help grow your faith, Bible principles, faith-based principles that you can apply to your everyday life. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I make new content. So one of the things about God is that even in this moment in Genesis 3 where Adam and Eve fell short, God still had a plan or provision of Jesus even in the midst of this, even before this happened. So one of the questions I've always had, like I said at the beginning of the video, was why didn't God stop Adam and Eve from sinning? Why did he let them continue on this wayward path? And one of the things, I think the thing is that if God stops Adam and Eve, he would have violated himself, because he has always given man, and even Adam and Eve, he's always given man free will. Free will means that we are able to make our own choices, we're able to make our own decisions, and we're able to think for ourselves. Now we do have to renew our minds and make sure the minds of Christ is in us, and that's the thing, right? The thing is that we know that God loves us and he calls us, and obviously he wants well for us, but that great fight is, I got a flesh on one side that's urging me in thoughts and desires and appetites and feelings that's contrary to what is biblically sound for my life, but I know that God has a destiny and a plan for my life. So that's the dual plan, is the dual. Trying to get the mind of Christ in me and to get close to God, but also fighting the flesh. So one of the things I've always wondered is why God didn't stop Adam and Eve. And it is because that God gave us free will, and if he would have stopped Adam and Eve, he would have violated that free will. It would have been like God is making the decision for us instead of us making the decision for ourselves. So I think that's it. I think it's simple as that. God let Adam and Eve, gave them free reign in the garden. All they had to do was tend to the animals and plants and vegetation and things like that. But yeah, it's ruined because man, Adam and Eve in this case, took their free will and they violated what God told them, because God warned them ahead of time not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And yet they do it. Downhill from there. But even in that, God gave us Jesus, and there's absolutely some redemptive parts in there. If Adam and Eve don't sin per se, we probably don't receive Jesus, which I think that Jesus is able to bridge the gap that brings us closer to God, the closeness that Adam and Eve has. So it's about free will, and that's the great thing about God. is that he puts things in us and allows us to choose, even though his word says that we can go in a certain direction, even though he directs us to go in a direction, but God allows us to choose for ourselves because he's a gentleman. He's not a tyrant. So I think that is a great quality of God, even though free will possibly led to the downfall of man. I'm interested to know what you think of this topic. And I know I'm just kind of babbling a little bit, but I ask questions like that all the time. Like, why did Adam and Eve sin? Why they led this to a serpent when God already gave them a directive? So, I think of stuff like that. So I wonder if anybody else think. I know I'm not the only one that's thought of why God would let this happen, but hey, it happened, and there's a greater purpose for it. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share your thoughts down below. I'm interested to hear what you think. And if you have any topics that you want me to cover in the future or in a future video, please feel free to leave those down as well, and I will try to broach those topics. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. And also, you can feel free to check out my blog as well. And thank you so much. God bless you.